All right, so we've talked all about hardware, the physical stuff, the parts of a computer you can actually hold in your hand. But what about the magic that makes it all work? That's what we're diving into now, the invisible world of computer software, the ghost in the machine.
So let's start with a big question, kind of a philosophical one. If all that hardware is the computer's body, what is its soul?
Well, that's it right there. That's exactly what software is. It's just a set of instructions, a collection of data and programs that tell the computer what to do. The key thing here is that it's totally intangible. It's the mind of the machine, the bridge that connects us to all that powerful hardware.
Now here's a fantastic way to think about this. It's the cookbook analogy. Just imagine your computer as a kitchen. All the hardware, the processor, the memory, the screen, that's your oven, your pots, your knives. They're all there, ready to go, but they won't do anything on their own. The software, that's the cookbook. It's full of recipes, and each recipe is a program, a perfect step-by-step set of instructions that tells the kitchen equipment exactly what to do to bake that cake or cook that.
Okay, so software isn't just one big blob. It's really divided into two main categories, and we have to start with the most important layer, the very foundation. System software. This is the stuff that runs the computer itself.
And I want you to really let this sink in. If the system software fails, the computer is just a brick. It cannot function. It's the absolute bedrock that everything, and I mean everything, else is built on.
At the very heart of all system software is the big boss, the operating system, or OS. Think of it as the general manager of the entire operation. It's juggling everything. All the memory, all the programs, all the hardware. It's the reason you can click on icons and see Windows instead of having to type in ones and zeros. When we talk about Windows or macOS or Android, we're talking about the OS. Now, working for the OS, you have these little specialists called device drivers. You can think of them as translators. See, when you plug in a new printer, your OS doesn't automatically speak its language. The driver is a tiny piece of software that translates the OS's commands into instructions that specific printer can actually understand.
And finally, in the system software family, you've got utility software. These are the housekeepers, the maintenance crew. They're running in the background, keeping things tidy and safe. We're talking about your antivirus programs, disk cleanup tools, all the little jobs that keep your computer healthy.
So, if system software is the foundation and the behind-the-scenes crew, what do we build on top of it? Well, that brings us to the second category, application software. These are your tools. This is the software you actually use to get stuff done.
Application software, or as literally everyone on the planet calls them apps, are the programs made for you, the user, to do something specific. And here's the crucial difference. Your computer can run perfectly fine without a single one of them, but you couldn't do much, could you? You couldn't write a document, or browse the web, or listen to music.
And you know these guys. You have the general-purpose workhorses, like Microsoft Word.
Your gateway to the entire internet, like Google Chrome.
And of course, your personal soundtrack provided by apps like Spotify. These are the programs we live in every single day.
But there's also another side to this, specific-purpose software. These aren't the apps you download to your phone. These are massive, custom-built tools designed for one special job. Think about the gigantic system an airline uses to manage all its flights and reservations, or a hospital's incredibly complex patient database. Powerful stuff.
Okay, so we've met the two big families. Let's really nail this down. It's time to put them head-to-head and see the core difference between system and application software.
This chart lays it all out perfectly. Look at the purpose. System software exists to run the hardware. Application software exists for you to do something. And that totally changes how we interact with them, right? You're constantly clicking around in your apps, but you almost never directly touch the system software. But the biggest deal, the most important line here, is dependency. Without system software, your computer is a paperweight. It is essential, but it'll run just fine without Word or Chrome. That's the fundamental difference, what's for the machine versus what's for the user.
So why does any of this matter? Why bother with these labels? Well, let's connect all these layers back to what you actually experience every day.
Here's the big takeaway. Software isn't just one thing, it's a stack of layers. The apps you use are just the tip of the iceberg, sitting on top of a powerful system foundation that's doing a ton of invisible work for you. Understanding this suddenly makes things make sense. Now you know why a big OS update is so important. It's like renovating the foundation of your house. And when your print just stops working and someone mentions a driver issue, you'll know exactly what they mean. It's all about these layers talking to each other.
And that kind of leads us to a final, pretty mind-bending thought.
At the end of the day, all software, no matter how amazing, is just a set of instructions written by a person. But as those instructions become billions and billions of lines long, creating a level of complexity we can barely even comprehend, you have to wonder, at what point do the instructions end and something like real intelligence actually begin?